Good morning, everybody. Today we shall discuss about the chapter 2 Acids, Bases and Salts. So, this chapter is very interesting and wonderful chapter. So, in this chapter we shall discuss about the importance of acids, bases and salts. So here, what are the importance of acids, bases and salts? Let us see one by one. Here, what are acids? So here, acids are substances that form hydrogen ions or H plus ions when dissolved in water. Acids means the substance that form hydrogen ions or H plus ions when dissolved in water. So that's why it is called it as acids. There are two properties of acids: physical properties of acids and chemical properties of acids. So here, physical properties of acids. So acids are sour to taste. Acids are sour to taste. For example, vinegar, lemon juice are the examples of acids. And acids are harmful to every living cells. Acids are harmful to every living cells. An aqueous solution of all acids contains hydrogen ions or H plus ions. You know that aqueous means the solution which contains water. So that solution is called aqueous solution. So aqueous solutions of all acids contain hydrogen ions or H plus ions. So acids turns blue litmus paper to red. Acid, when you take the litmus paper, blue litmus paper, when you put a drop of acid into it, so this litmus paper changes, blue litmus paper changes to red. So here acid turns blue litmus paper to red. And strong acids are corrosive. Strong acids are corrosive. The examples of acids are hydrochloric acid, nitric acid and sulfuric acid. Here HCl means hydrochloric acid. HNO3 is the molecular formula of nitric acid. H2SO4 means sulfuric acid. Here sulfuric acid is the king of acid also. And then bases. So what are bases? Here bases are the substances that form hydroxide or OH minus ion when dissolved in water. Bases are the substances that form hydroxide ions or OH minus ions when dissolved in water. So what are the physical properties of bases? Here the physical properties of bases are, so bases are bitter to taste. Bases are bitter to taste. And strong bases are corrosive. Strong bases are corrosive. So aqueous solution of all bases contain hydroxide ion or OH minus ion. Aqueous solution of all bases contain hydroxide ion or OH minus ion. Here red litmus paper turns to blue when bases are put into a red litmus paper. So these red litmus paper changes to blue. So this litmus paper shows that it is bases. So here bases are bitter to taste and bases are corrosive and aqueous solutions of all bases contain hydroxide ions, and it turns lead litmus paper to blue. The example of bases are sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide, one of the bases. Here NaOH means sodium hydroxide, NH4OH means ammonium hydroxide, and CaOH2 means calcium hydroxide. So sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide, and calcium hydroxide are the examples of bases. And then indicators. So you have to see the indicators. So observe these three figures. So these are all the indicators. So here, what do you mean by indicators? So how many types of indicators? So let us see about that. Here, indicators means the substances which change their color or smell in different types of substances. So that is indicator. So once again I am repeated. Here indicators means the substances which change their color, smell in different types of substances. So that indicators are called indicators. Here there are three different types of indicators. How many types of indicators? There are three different types of indicators. Here natural indicator, synthetic indicator, and olfactory indicator are the three types of indicators. Natural indicator, synthetic indicator, and olfactory indicator are the three types of indicators. So let us see one by one. Here litmus paper, turmeric, red cabbage, and colored petals of some flowers like tunia, hydrangea, and geranium are natural indicators. Are the examples of natural indicators. Litmus paper, turmeric, red cabbage, and colored petals of some flowers like tunia, hydrangea, and geranium are the natural indicators. And then synthetic indicators. Synthetic indicators of methyl orange phenolphthalein are the synthetic indicators or artificial indicator. Methyl orange phenolphthalein are the synthetic indicators and are artificial indicator. And then olfactory indicator. Olfactory indicators means substances whose odor change in acidic or basic media. Such indicators are called olfactory indicators. Substances whose odor, here odor means smell. Odor means smell. Substances whose odor changes in acidic or basic media. Such indicators are called olfactory indicators. The examples of olfactory indicators are vanilla, onion, and clove are the examples of olfactory indicators. Here question is arise. Give examples for natural indicator or synthetic indicator or olfactory indicator. Very important question in your examination. Here once again I am repeated. Here indicators means substances which change their color, smell in different types of substances. There are three types of indicator: natural indicator, synthetic indicator, olfactory indicator are the three types of indicators. And then chemical properties of acids and bases. So reaction of acid with metals. When acid reacts with metal to give salt and hydrogen gas, so that metal is called chemical properties of acid. So how reaction of acid with metals? when acid reacts with metals to give salt and gas. For example, hydrochloric acid reacts with zinc metal to give zinc chloride salt and hydrogen gas is liberated. When HCl, here HCl means hydrochloric acid, plus Zn means zinc metal. Zinc is one of the metal. When acid reacts with metal to give salt, here zinc chloride, Zn means zinc, Cl2 means chlorine. So zinc chloride is one of the salt to give salt and hydrogen gas is liberated. When acid reacts with metal to give salt and hydrogen gas, and reaction of base with metals. So when sodium hydroxide reacts with zinc to give sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is liberated. Sodium hydroxide here one of the base. Here sodium hydroxide is the base. So this base reacts with zinc metal so to give zinc sodium zincate and hydrogen gas is liberated. So when base reacts with metal to give salt and hydrogen gas. So when base reacts with metal to give salt and hydrogen gas. Here NaOH is one of the base and Zn is one of the metal. Here Na2ZnO2 is the sodium zincate is one of the metal one of the salt and H2 is an hydrogen gas. When base reacts with metal to give salt and hydrogen gas. So here the chemical properties of acids and bases. So how do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates reacts with acids? How do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates reacts with acids? So before going to the metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates, so here how do acids and bases reacts with metals? So let us see about through the activity. So here set up the apparatus as shown in the figure. Here you have to see in the NCERT book, here the page number 19. Reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid and testing hydrogen gas by burning. So how the acids and base reacts with metals, let us see through the activity. So reaction of zinc granules with dilute sulfuric acid and testing hydrogen gas by burning. Here set up the apparatus as shown in the figure. Take about 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in a test tube and add a few pieces of zinc granules to it. Shake it. What do you observe on the surface of the zinc granules? You observe the hydrogen gas is usually liberated when an acid reacts with metal. Here, when acid reacts with metal, what you have to observe? You observe hydrogen gas is usually liberated when acid reacts with metal. And pass the gas produced into the test tube through the delivery tube to soap solution. And pass the gas produced into the test tube through delivery tube to soap solution. The bubbles of the soap solutions are formed. So these soap bubbles contain hydrogen gas. So which gas is contained these soap bubbles? These soap bubbles contain hydrogen gas. Here when zinc reacts with sulfuric acid, here zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is liberated. We can test the evolved hydrogen gas by its burning with a pop sound. So when a candle is brought near the soap bubbles, you have to observe the pop sound. So this pop sound shows that the hydrogen gas. So when hydrogen gas is present in these bubbles, so these bubbles shows that when a pop sound is formed, so this sound shows that it is hydrogen gas. And then base reacts with metal, it also gives salt and hydrogen gas. So how? So sodium hydroxide is one of the base and it reacts with the zinc to give sodium zincate is one of the salt and hydrogen gas is liberated. And then how do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates reacts with acids? So let us see about that through the activity. So take two test tubes and label them A and B. Take two test tubes and label them A and B. And take about 5 gram of sodium carbonate in test tube A and about 5 gram of sodium hydrogen carbonate in test tube B. Here Na2CO3 means sodium carbonate and NaHCO3 means sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. So add about 2 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid both the test tube. Add 2 ml of dilute hydrochloric acid to both the test tube. What do you observe? So here you observe it, carbon dioxide gas is evolved in this test tube. Carbon dioxide gas is evolved in the test tube. So when carbon dioxide gas is passed through the lime water, it turns milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate, and which formula is CaCO3. When carbon dioxide is passed through the calcium hydroxide, so it turns milky due to the formation of calcium carbonate and its formula is CaCO3. So when excess of carbon dioxide gas is passed through the calcium carbonate, here calcium hydrogen carbonate is formed and the solution become colorless. So observe here, when sodium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acids, it gives sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Here carbon dioxide gas is evolved. When excess of carbon dioxide is passed through the calcium carbonate, here calcium hydrogen carbonate is formed and the solution become colorless. So in the reaction, you have to see that metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates to give salt, carbon dioxide and water. Here limestone, chalk and marble are the different forms of calcium carbonate. So you know that in your previous chapter, the chemical formula of marble is CaCO3. Have you remember the chemical formula of marble? Here the chemical formula of marble is CaCO3. Limestone, chalk and marble are the different forms of calcium carbonate. So all metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates reacts with acids to give salt, water and carbon dioxide. So observe this equation. Here sodium carbonate Na2CO3. Sodium carbonate reacts with HCl hydrochloric acids to give NaCl sodium chloride and H2O water and CO2 carbon dioxide gas is liberated. And same as NaHCO3. Here sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with HCl means hydrochloric acid to give sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Sodium hydrogen carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid to give sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. So in this reaction, acid reacts with metal, so carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates to give salt, carbon dioxide and water. So limestone, chalk and marble are the different forms of calcium carbonate. Okay dear students, today we shall discuss about the physical properties of acids and physical properties of bases, different types of indicators and chemical properties of acids and bases, and how do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates reacts with acids. Thank you.